Some excellent shotguns escape mass notice. Maybe they're ahead of their time, or they're not heavily marketed, or maybe they were overshadowed by other guns. Whatever the case, some really good guns remain under the radar forever. Hello everyone, and welcome back to your favorite channel. In this episode, we're going to take a look at 5 great overlooked shotguns. Just because nobody knows about them doesn't mean they don't deserve a place in your gun safe. But first, subscribe and hit the bell. Now, let's get started. Standard Manufacturing SP12. Standard's SP12 looks like a shotgun from a bad zombie movie. And truth be told, I haven't tested it yet, and so I can't comment on its reliability. But no doubt its tactical look and myriad of features will appeal to some. So, it's worth mentioning here. This 7-pound, 7-round shotgun's claim to fame is that with its bottom-loading ejecting mechanism and dual-sided controls, it's truly ambidextrous. Its huge, top-mounted Picatinny rail requires the mounting of sights or optics, and I doubt its collapsible AR-15 style stock does much in the way of recoil reduction. But, hey, who am I to judge? MSRP, $799. Blosser F16. You might think F16 refers to a fighter jet, but it simply refers to Blosser's over-under shotgun. But at just north of $5,000, it's not making a big splash in the US market, which is a shame. With a very low-profile receiver and great balance, the F16 is a delight to carry and shoot. My test gun has 30-inch barrels and weighs a little over 7 pounds, yet it feels lighter to carry, and it has just the right amount of weight up front to make it point and swing surely. It's a lively gun too, and it swings well on crossers and points well on straightaways and quartering birds. People more sensitive to triggers than I will notice right away that the pull of the mechanical trigger is excellent. And because it's German, the F16 has unique, over-engineered ejectors that are never cocked until the gun fires, saving stress on the springs. Sometime later this year, you'll be able to buy a 20-gauge version of the F16, or of 20-gauge barrels fitted to your 12. Kalashnikov MP155 Altima. The MP155 is one of the most popular semi-auto hunting shotguns in Russia thanks to its robust construction and affordable price. The MP155 Altima is still based on the barrel, magazine, bolt, and trigger from the well-known MP155 shotgun. It is a self-loading 12-gauge gas-operated system using a tubular magazine under the barrel. What makes the MP155 Altima smart is the onboard computer with a display located on the top rear portion of the receiver cover. The computer can be synchronized with various external gadgets via wireless, and with a rail-mounted camera that is plugged into the USB port built right into the chassis. The camera can record and stream full HD videos. The screen displays data from the onboard shot counter, the information about the remaining count of ammunition, and also has a compass, stopwatch, and a timer. Ruger Red Label. Originally developed in the 1970s, Ruger brought the Red Label to market as a 20-gauge first before building a 12. Ruger shelved the Red Label for a tiny bit in 2011 due to a complicated 2-part receiver, which caused overly expensive production costs. The new version was built with a single-piece receiver and debuted in 2014, but it never really took off, which is odd, because the tweaks dropped the price of the gun by an unbelievable $500. The second-generation Red Label has no side ribs, which cuts the weight of the gun to under 8 pounds. Since Ruger took some of the weight out of the old model, the forcing cones were lengthened by 2 inches, and the stock pad was upgraded to dampen recoil. The 12-gauge Red Label has 28-inch barrels, and the receiver is stainless, though the initial offerings had a blued receiver. One of the shortcomings of this gun is that the wood-to-metal finish is not always flush. That's fairly common in less expensive double guns. If it really bothers you, have a gunsmith refinish the stock. Remington Instinct L. You always get more than you pay for in a Franchi, and although this Italian gunmaker doesn't have the cash of Beretta, it still makes a damn fine gun. The Instinct L is available in 410, 28, 20, and 12 gauge. It is an easy-to-carry field gun, plus the field of this gun is phenomenal. It has a skinny forend, much like that of Big Brother Benelli's autoloaders. The 12 gauge carries like and has similar recoil as a 20. Tough to find in a lightweight over-under, because there's nowhere for the recoil to go except right into your shoulder. Auto ejectors expel spent hulls when you break the action open, but keep unfired rounds in place. One of the drawbacks of this gun is the automatic safety. Once you break the action open, it goes on safe. That's good for the field, but when you're shooting sporting clays, skeet, or trap, it's a pain in the ass to have to take your gun off safe every time you step up to shoot. I get that it's a safety feature, but if you're an experienced shooter, it's just an annoyance that can screw up a perfect round at the range. Remington Model 31. To be fair, you might have heard of the Model 31, but you also may not have. The Winchester Model 12 sucks up 95% of the oxygen in the room when talks turn to classic pump guns. The Ithaca Model 37 gets the other 5%, and the 31 is often left out of the conversation and gasping for air. Remington made the Model 31 from 1931 to 1949. Like pumps and semi-autos of its era, it was made of machined parts and required plenty of skilled hand fitting. The Model 31 was an extremely well-made gun, with an action so slick it was billed as the ball-bearing repeater. It was also made in a lightweight version with an alloy receiver, making it one of the first, if not the first, alloy frame pump I'm aware of, and a great gun to carry in the uplands. It also served in large part as the inspiration for the Mossberg Model 500, which is a much more cheaply made, stamped and pressed part pump, but one that features a very smooth pump stroke just like the Model 31. Model 31s are out there, and they're cheap. You can pick up a field-grade 31 for around $400 and have one of the best pumps ever made. Citadel Boss 25. If you are used to shooting ARs and love them for their detachable magazines and modular, machined aluminum feel, Citadel's Boss 25 might be for you. This 6-round, 8-pound semi-auto from Legacy International has all the features of an AR-15, including a collapsible stock, Picatinny rail with flip-up sights, and AR-15 style controls. Except that it shoots 12-gauge shells. Rounding out the Boss 25's features are a chrome-lined barrel, textured forend, and adjustable cheek rest. MSRP $599.